Grip packs that have just been shipped out. So these are the complete packs. So this is the Pro model. So it just details what's included in the box. So it is designed for use with cases. So you can either use your own case, as long as it's not like a flip case or a sort of extra rugged waterproof type case. If it's just a normal case, it's designed for those, but we also include our own cases inside the box as well. And that's for 15 Pro and 16 Pro models. So included is a 52mm lens filter as well as the Studio Pro card, which goes inside the grip. So these are already, the Studio Pro card's already installed in the grip, while the lens filter, we'll see how that's packed inside. There's a whole bunch of other accessories as well that we'll have a look at in another video as well. So this is the box that it comes in. So it's just got a top sleeve that pulls out. And then we have our normal box here. So this is a top card that'll be in the box, and on the back side here comes with some free software. So this is the Blackmagic camera software, and this is a free cinema LUT that we include with Cinema Grip, so you can download that just by the QR codes. This downloads it from the App Store as well. So included in the pack is this travel case. It's kind of a weatherproof travel case that you can fit a lot of stuff inside, and everything that's included in the pack comes inside this case. So in the top section, we have our cases that are included in the pack. In the side here, I've 3D printed some packers just for different types of cases that you might use, and those can be installed in the grip, which I'll show you in a minute. We have our QR code card here just for the user manual, and then a bunch of accessories that come in the kit as well. This is a microphone adapter. So this will use TRS microphones and also TRS headphones, but you can also use TRRS headphones as well. Those are headphones that have a mic on them. However, the mic, you can't plug into the TRS mic. You'll have to use a normal microphone for that. Also has an adapter here for the 10 gigabit USB-A to USB-C, if you have USB-C accessories that you'd like to use. Also include a right angle 10 gigabit USB-A adapter as well. This is a sort of a 180 degree adapter as well that can be plugged into the USB-C port on Cinema Grip on the Studio Pro card, because that Pro card USB-C port can do 30 watts of PD charging, but also can do USB 2.0 data, which is most hubs and things will work, just not high speed like for recording. Also has a USB-C male to female adapter as well. So in the pack here, we've got our 52mm lens thread. We have some screws that need to be used. Also the tools for the screws. This is a little base plate piece that goes onto the bottom of Cinema Grip. And then these are also some CNC machined packers, and they're for use with the 15 Pro models, and that's because there's slight thickness difference between 16 Pro and 15 Pro, and these get installed on the Cinema Grip for the 15 Pro. So inside here, well, this card just explains that it's the 52mm model, and then on the back explains that there are other versions of the lens adapter as well, depending on which version you would like, and those are on the accessory bundles. So Cinema Grip is packed in here. So to undo that, you just undo the glue wrapping here. And this is Cinema Grip, more or less. So it has the some guards in place here, some rubber grommets, just protecting those there. But this is the fully completed unit. So this is everything that's included in the pack. So we have our 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max case, our 16 Pro, 16 Pro Max case, and this is depending on if you bought the Pro complete kit or the Pro Max complete kit. We then have the Cinema Grip package itself, which includes the Studio Pro card inside. Then we have the 52mm thread adapter here, which comes standard in the pack. We then have our small 1/4 inch base plate. This just adds a 1/4 inch to the bottom of Cinema Grip. We then have two top and bottom, or one top and bottom plate, which goes inside Cinema Grip, depending on if you're using the 15 Pro model. By standard default, the 16 Pro or Pro Max model fits in Cinema Grip without the need for adapters. We then have several tools that can be used for attaching the screws, and or if you want to remove the Studio Pro card, those are there to do that as well. We then have several adapters that come in the kit. The audio adapter, USB-A to C adapter, USB-A 90-degree adapter, and a USB-C 180-degree adapter. To attach the lens thread adapter, you will need these two button head screws and the Allen key wrench. The adapter has a slot on the top and bottom. The reason for this is for the various sizes of iPhones. The iPhone 15 Pro and 16 Pro are slightly different, and the oval hole allows for the adapter to be moved. It's adjustable in that the 16 Pro is in the furthest position and the 15 Pro is in the closest position. We'll put the 16 Pro model in and then just tighten these up. And then we have a finished Cinema Grip unit. Here we have a 16 Pro phone, and by default it will fit. So we have a plastic USB-C guard here. This can come off. Now there is MagSafe magnets in this area to help hold the phone in place. To use a 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max phone in the device, we need to use these top and bottom packer plates in Cinema Grip. By default, Cinema Grip is designed for the 16 series iPhones, and they fit nice and snug. The 15 series, however, because it's slightly smaller than the 16 Pro phone, it will also fit, but there's some play in the device. So what we need to do is install these packer plates here inside the top and the bottom of Cinema Grip. And now it's ready for a 15 series device, like this device here. One last step is that we have to adjust these positions here. And now we have it set for the 15 Pro series. To attach the bottom 1/4 inch plate, you need to align these screws here. So it's this screw, this screw, and this screw. Then it mounts like that. This adds the plate onto the bottom here, which adds a 1/4 inch thread to the bottom of Cinema Grip. This plate is not necessary, but it's there as an option to bring a 1/4 inch thread closer to the center of where the camera is. The Cinema Grip already has Studio Pro installed into the grip with dust covers attached. To obviously utilize the ports, just remove the dust covers and then you'll have access to the ports here. So this is a 10 gigabit USB-A port, a micro HDMI port, which is HDMI 2.0, and that's capable of 4K 60 Hertz. And this is a USB-C port, which is for PD 30-watt charging, as well as USB 2.0 data. The included audio adapter is capable of a TRS audio input, also a TRS headphone output, but also TRRS headphone output as well will function here. So you can plug that straight into the USB-A port, and that will give you the audio functionality. You can also use the 90-degree adapter as well, just so if you want the audio to come out the top, you can do that as well. The USB-C 180-degree adapter can be plugged into the USB-C connector here. And that enables for charging in this direction. Now, Cinema Grip also has a CF Express slot in the bottom side, in the hand grip side of Cinema Grip. And so your CF Express cards can be inserted and removed out of this area here. And then you can record your clips straight to the CF Express card. And then you can also remove them from the grip as well. The Studio Pro card inside here is removable. So that way in the future with other cards, they can be removed and inserted and changed depending on what you might require out of the USB port here. So you can remove the Torx head screws here. Which in place. And then this can be removed out of here. So this is the Studio Pro card, USB-C, HDMI, USB 2.0, and then a CF Express slot here. So that means there's an open section here which can utilize other cards, but you can also use, for instance, an adapter like this. So you can insert it. And then now if you want to plug other adapters in, you can. With Cinema Grip, we also have several accessories that can be used. This particular accessory kit is our Creator Kit, and it's designed for the Pro model. The packaging for our accessories is very similar to the main unit, in that it still includes the card, and then also includes our carry case. Comes with the hand strap, because this is the Creator Kit. The hand strap, as well as a 67mm thread for the front section, some tools, the front plate for the Pro model, and the grip itself. The Creator Kit comes with a few different accessories. One is the front adapter plate here, which is a 67mm thread, as well as our cage system, which attaches to the Cinema Grip top and bottom base, and then our hand strap as well. The hand strap is made with a two material finish, as well as the straps. On here there is also a front plate as a security plate to help hold the phone in, and then the various screws. First thing we need to do with our Cinema Grip is remove any plates that we have along here, as this will go onto here. We also need to remove these two screws to take this off to install this plate. So we can do that now. Now that we have this plate installed, it looks a bit funny, but essentially this section will come into here. So to do that, we need to remove or adjust these two screws, and then we can slide it inside. Now that we have adjusted these two screws here, this can essentially slide on top of our Cinema Grip like so, and then we can line up our screws here. So these screws here attach the top, same with the bottom. These screws attach. With the top and bottom screws on, we have these screws and these screws. Don't over tighten this screw. Now we have the cage installed. On this side, we can place our security tab here. This helps just to hold the phone in place if you don't want it to be removed. then that puts pressure on these sections here. That is installed here like that now. And then we can place this on our side here. So now with everything installed, now we have our hand strap here connected to the side, as well as the base plate fully connected in here. So our phone is very difficult because of this in here. And then now we also have our 67mm adapter in there. If you're going to use this plate with these screws while also holding it, you'll find this screw here sort of goes into your grip a bit here. So what we designed is this screw can actually come out. Because you're holding it like this, you're adding pressure to this section here. So it's actually not required. So you can put that screw up in this hole here. There. And so now we've still got our security plate in here, and then that's up there. Make it a bit more comfortable to hold. This accessory kit is our Pro Cine Kit, and this is our base plate, which also has 15mm threads on it as well. So included in the pack is our 15mm rods, and they have a 12mm thread on them. These also included in here is our 37mm adapter, various tools and screws, and then also the base plate. So this is what's included in the Cine Kit adapter, and this is the base plate that can fit onto Cinema Grip. So you can actually fit it without the Creator Kit installed, but you can also fit it with the Creator Kit installed as well. So depending on what your style is, you can have it bare bone, just the normal Cinema Grip, or you can actually attach it to the whole unit as well. So I'll attach it onto here so you can see what it looks like. So this is an example of it attached to a Pro model, and it can also suit the Pro Max model, hence why there is some additional space here, because the Pro Max model is a little bit larger. It's also adjustable in that this plate can go forwards and backwards to allow for these rods to be placed in the center of whichever camera you're using and whatever kind of lens adapter you might be utilizing. So this plate has a lot of holes on it, as you can see. So just for mounting various things that you might want to attach to the front and back, lots of attachment points. So it's held on by 2 1/4-inch screws and another screw in here that attaches it to the lens plate. So we can also remove the bottom, this plate here, to allow for our 32mm adapter to be installed onto here. So stripped down, we can still use our top plate on the top, and we can still put our 32mm adapter on as well. And then we can place this on the bottom if we want to utilize the plates and extra thread holes. So with it attached onto the bottom here, now we can line up our rods with the camera, and we have even more adjustment if we want to move this forwards or backwards, depending on how we want to line that up. So various connections can be used on here. for instance, we might want to use a anamorphic adapter, such as this lower anamorphic adapter, that now we can essentially attach onto our 32mm thread here. Then we can line that up. And then we can line up our adapter here with our threaded here. And so now we essentially have a anamorphic adapter on our camera here. And that's just one of the, potential advantages that you could have installing one of these on here. And I think the best part about this type of setup is that you can have everything set. So you can have everything set up just like this. And then if you want to be able to remove the phone, this is how easy it is. Essentially, you just pull the phone out. And then now you can use your phone as a normal phone, doing whatever you might want to do, and separate to the actual device. So the device can be doing its own thing. And then when you want to be able to install it, you just slide it in. Sorted. Lots of people have asked me what this center section is for and what these two holes are for. Essentially, this center section here is a direct access to the back of the phone. And so these plates can be removed, and then in the future there will be some devices that can essentially slot into these holes and go through this section to make direct contact to the phone, such as cooling devices. Can also essentially just be removable, but that's what it's for. It's mainly just as a thermal addition to the device, but also in the future for cooling devices to be attached.